So we're now making the quarterfinals now over in the 2020 Olympics over in Tokyo. How many surprises have we got left in the agenda as some of the big boys go home? We'll take a look at that and more next. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. We're looking forward to match day number, I don't even know, it's actually the quarterfinals, boys and girls, over in Tokyo. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, boys? Smash your subscribe and look at your banger today. All things 2020 Olympic Games, boys and girls, related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related, we're going to know here under one Rooski. That's right, boys and girls, looking forward to this one. Of course, as we know the quarterfinals over in the gold medal race over in Tokyo. We'll take a look at that in a minute. A big shout out to the VIPs, and of course, they are the patrons. Thank you for your extended support right here, right now, of course, on the channel. If you support channel in another way, check out those links down below. So here we go, brothers. We're going to take a little sneak peek, of course, as how we got on last time around, of course, and have a little look at how you guys got on also in the prediction league. So here we go, boys and girls. Here we go. Take a look back, and of course, match number 3 over in Tokyo. Here we go. So it's a bit slow, is the old slideshow here, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Here we go. Of course, kicking off with the hosts. It was up against Japan, took on France. And I went with the 1-1 draw on this one. Ultimately ended up with a 4-0 win, going in favour of Japan. That's right. Kubo, Saki, Moishi, and Maeda giving them the 4-0 win, and a comfortable win at that, to make themselves not only go through, but of course go through as group winners. And they're joined by the winners of this match. Of course, it was Mexico. That's right, 2-0 winners was my pick. It was actually a 3-0 win going in favour of Mexico, with goals coming from Vega, Romo and Martin to put them through as second place team. So South Africa and France, of course, bit of an upset there as they go home. Into Group B, we saw New Zealand squeak through after a 0-0 draw, I think, over against Romania. No goals in that one. They go through as runners-up. Romania packed their bags. Meanwhile, South Korea put a statement of intent. I went with a 2-1 win myself. It actually was a 6-0 demolition going in favour of South Korea. Hwang Ujou with a hat-trick. Wong Du-jae, Kim Jin-ya and Lee Kang-ging, of course, on the score sheet for South Korea, as they also go through as group winners. 2 points clear of South Korea. Romania crash out on goal difference. As you see, got myself 2 out of 4 on that one. Meanwhile, to the back end of the bracket, of course, into Group C, it was, of course, Spain coming out on top with a draw against Argentina. Not fantastic, this one. Just a draw in the end over Argentina, which puts them through as group winners with 5 points on the agenda. They haven't lost, but they haven't really set the place on fire. Kind of a bit of a slow burner, really, just like they were in the Euros. Meanwhile, a bit of a surprise on this one. Australia couldn't get past Egypt on this one, as they go through as, of course, second place team behind Spain. 4 points on the board after a 2-0 win for Egypt. Ryan and Ahamadi on the score sheet for Egypt to give them the 3 points and again move into the knockout stages. Argentina, Australia pack their bags. Meanwhile, into Group D, Brazil, one trick pony, perhaps not really. Brazil coming out top with a 3-1 win over Saudi Arabia. I actually remember the 2-0 win, so not too shabby on that one. Kuna with a goal, Ricarlson with the brace as well. Germany, a little bit of lastminute.com shit the bed there as they crash out 1-1 after drawing with Ivory Coast. Leuven on the 73rd minute before Henriks with a big fat OG. In fact, Henriks put the goal in the back of the net first, and Germany tried to restore it. I went with a 2-1 win for Germany, but guess what? I was wrong. 1-1 in the end to send Germany and Ivory Coast through to the bloody knockout stages. Germany go out, Saudi Arabia go through. Sorry, I don't know with that. You know, I'm tired. I'll show you right here, right now. As you can see, I got myself just a couple of picks out of this one, which I think I got myself 4 in total out of 8. Here it is, coming right at you. There we go. So I did get this one right, and this one was wrong. So yeah, it's just been a tough old couple of days to me. So that's why. Yeah, so I got 3 out of 18. Brilliant. These are, of course, those groups we talked about already. Japan go through, Mexico go join them as well. France, South Africa go home. South Korea and New Zealand are going through. Romania and Honduras are going out. Into Group C, Spain and Egypt go through. Of course, Egypt go through on goal difference. Brazil and Ivory Coast also go through. Germany and Saudi Arabia go home. As for the prediction league, here we go for this week and this week alone. Have a little look at it. Iman Hussein tops the pops alongside James BCFC are great with 6 out of 8, which is ain't too shabby. Hans Wells not too far away either, and Gaming Charlie make up the top 3. As for the overall leaderboard, well, we have a couple boys in it. LG and Cal, Hans Wells and Iman Hussein lead the charts with 13 points, have a possible 6, 12, 18, I believe. No, that's 8, 16, 24. 24 points on the offering for them so far, and they are of course sitting pretty at the moment as we head into the round of 8. Okay then, now if you want to take part, of course, in the quarterfinal stages of the Prediction League, of course, just jump in there with the deep end, head over to cut.ly/TokyoQF, or use the snazzy QR code if you're tech savvy, just like this guy. But anyway, let's get in the deep end of the show, take a look at the quarterfinal matches. Here we go. There are only 4 of them, of course, and open it up with the hosts up against New Zealand. That's right, it's Japan taking on, of course, New Zealand in opening day. Well, not opening day, of course. The old matches take place on Saturday, July the 31st. Of course, Japan, of course, look very, very good so far. 100% record so far over in Group A. As for New Zealand, of course, they just started off with a barnstorming victory with, of course, Chris Wood getting on the goal scoring sheet. But since there's a bit of a rocky patch for them, so ultimately it's going to be pissing in the wind, I feel, for Japan to not win this one. Of course, heading into this one, of course, you fancy Japan on this one. Of course, they start off their campaign with a 1-0 win over South Africa. Then they beat Mexico 2-1, wrapped up against France with a 4-0 win. As for New Zealand, that 1-0 win against Korea, which of course put them on their way. Honduras then beat them to make it 3-2, and then of course the 0-0 draw against Romania was still enough to see New Zealand go through. 50% form for them heading into this. As for Japan, they're coming to this winning 4 out of the past 5 games for them. Bookies odds on this one, we have 92 on for the Japan, 92 is your draw, and 12-1 is your New Zealand on this one. As for the odds for the gold medal, Japan coming at you. Their favourite 6-1 for the New Zealand are actually long shots, 100-1 to go the distance on this one. I've gone with, I don't even know what I've gone with. Gone with a 2-0 win on this one for Japan to get themselves through to the semi-finals, that's right, which would be, of course, a medal match to see if the winner would go through to the final. Then, of course, the loser will go into the bronze medal match. Next, of course, we have the runners-up in Group B up against the winners of the runners-up in Group A and the winners of Group B. It is Mexico, it is South Korea, of course. Now, these two sides also looking on the 31st of July. Of course, they'll fancy the chances. Both of these two sides will, it's a difficult one to call. They played each other actually twice since 2012, 2012 as under-23s or Olympic teams, of course. It's actually been 1 win for Korea, no wins for Mexico, and 1 draw. Of course, that 1 only win for South Korea was a 1-0 win way back, of course, in 2016 Olympics. It was in the Group C, of course, and Korea came out top with the win. Of course, heading into this, Korea started with that defeat against New Zealand, but they bounced back in quite a convincing style, scoring 10 goals in just 2 games, beating Romania 4-0, beating Honduras 6-0. As for Mexico, they started off their campaign with a 4-1 win over France, and then they did lose to the host 2-1, and they will, of course, bounce back against South Africa with a 3-0 win to go through as runners-up. The bookies odds on this one, we have 50-8 for South Korea, 11-5 is your, 30-10 is your away win on this one. The gold medal odds on this one, Japan, South Korea are actually 5th favourite, 16-1, with Mexico coming at you with 12-1 for the gold medal on this one. For me, I can't see that happening. I think South Korea should be the team to avoid on this one. I think they're going to go through in the end 2-1 to take the spot into the semi-finals, possibly up against Japan. I don't know how the bracket works out, but that's for me. What about you? Let me know your thoughts, of course, as we look forward to these ones. Into the next round of matches, of course, it is Spain up against Ivory Coast. That's right, of course, Spain yet to really get into top gear, coming out of the Group C with only 4 points on the agenda. I think, was it 5 points on the agenda? It was 5. Of course, they did start the campaign with a draw against Egypt. Then they beat Australia just the 1-0, of course, with the 1-1 draw against Argentina to get themselves in pretty good shape. As for Ivory Coast, they started off the campaign with the win against Saudi Arabia. They did pick up back-to-back draws, though, against Brazil and, of course, Germany, which, of course, ain't no easy feat. Of course, heading into this one, Spain coming actually 63% form, actually drawing 3 of the past 3 games. Drawing 3 of the past 4 games. As for Ivory Coast, they're coming to 67% form, and they'll fancy the chances as well. And so Spain, though, 20-9 on for the victory. 10-3 is draw, 30-2 is your long shots. That is Ivory Coast. Spain are actually 64 for the bling. Ivory Coast are 33-1 to go the distance. For me, though, Spain should finally against Top Gear here. I'm going to go with the 2-0 win to take them through to the semi-finals. And who will they play? I don't know, but of course in the final match we do have Brazil up against Egypt. That's right, also taking place on the same day as everyone else. Now these two sides, I played actually just the one time, it's since 2012, 3-2 win. It was for Brazil way back when, of course, in the Olympics. Over in Brazil, I think it was, in the end. Brazil started off their record with a 4-2 win over Germany. They bounced back with a 0-0. Well, they continued with the 0-0 draw against Ivory Coast. And then they took on Saudi Arabia and won 3-1. As for Egypt, they're coming out of this one with an okay record. They drew with Spain 0-0, lost to Argentina only just, and they bounced back with a win against Australia to get through as group runners-up over in Group C. Bookies odds on this one, we do have Brazil 94 on for the victory, 7-2 is your draw, 61 is your long shots, that is Egypt. Egypt coming at you at 33-1 for the gold medal, and of course Brazil coming at you second favourites with 6-4 to go the distance. And I think 6-4 is a good price right now, because I see Brazil going through here 3-1 in the end to make themselves quite comfortably in the mix as well into the final four. That's my picks. Let me know your thoughts, of course, as we look forward to those semi-finals, of course. And if you want to get involved, of course, you know the deal. It is, of course, Cutley / Tokyo QF. That's right. That's my thoughts. Be sure to give the video some smash the old thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out this down below. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. We look forward to that the results of the quarterfinals as we edge close to those semi-finals. Who will make it to the medal matches? We'll take a look at that, of course, later on. But until then, give the video some love and smash your thumbs up. I'll see you soon for the next one.